Hi. This is a special occasion, so I had to bust out the very dusty and very well constructed, not at all cheap piece of crap Tengu mask I own. Nice that hot glue job when that fell apart, and I was like, oh boy, I bought a piece of poo. But this is not a piece of poo. At least I'm hoping it isn't. That'd be very unpleasant. And it would be a very surprisingly flat piece of poo and hard. But yeah, as you can see, we have the good old, the whole logo, which means, this is coming from Nihon, the land of rising sun, the land of the rising sun, and, whatever's inside gotta be good. And yeah, it is, I think. This is my latest purchase from Yahoo Auctions through Bai, and I'm freaking excited, man. I'm stoked right now. Oh gosh, I can't find my little cutty thing. Where did it go? Where is the cutty thing? It works a miracle. Okay, so what Bai does is they'll just wrap the record up in whatever, in this DHL bag, and then it gets shipped. So that's why it's in a weird bag, which you don't normally see. But it doesn't really afford it any extra protection. This bag isn't going to save anything. And I'm looking, kind of sour smelling. That's always a little funny. Let's see what's on here. I think let's do that. Okay, interesting little wrinkles on the edge. It's almost like a folded paper. I don't know. Yeah, it says, don't fold it. Yeah, that would be bad if you did fold it. Yeah, this looks all good. No cute little animal stickers or anything. It's just kind of much more utilitarian. So this one, I think this is my fourth purchase from Bai, and this is the second one where I had to actively bid to get it. So it was definitely more of a desired thing, because it was a good deal, and I was able to win because I was determined to get my hands on it. And that it is the album Communication by Junko Yagami. She is a pretty well-known Japanese city pop singer, best known for this album and the song Tasagare no something or other, Bay City. I don't know. She's like, I've first heard it in like a Young Bay song, which might have been my first exposure to city pop now that I think of it. But anyway, this is considered her best album by many, and it's quite good, I have to say. It's has a kind of like electronic, but it's not like super experimental. It's more just like electro pop. Ooh, and this one was in pretty stinking good condition. That's why I wanted it so bad. I saw other ones that kind of look a little meh. That paper could have saved this thing from disaster. Woo! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. That's beautiful. Yeah. Slick. Real nice. From Moon Records. You might know Moon Records as the place that they're known for Tatsuri Mashita and his wife, Maria Takeuchi. But there were other artists on Moon Records. So this is one of them, and I would say it's the most well-known, maybe. I'm not sure. I love this artwork. It's kind of like so obviously manipulated or whatever, like the stretching on the image. But I mean, it's 1984, so it's not like you really had to like Photoshop at the same level. I mean, maybe you did, but I'm not sure. So maybe this probably seemed pretty impressive. Although nowadays you just kind of put the JPEG into a photo editor and just go like wham, wham, and your album cover is done. But it wasn't like that back in the day. Okay, so we got a gatefold. A lot of Moon record releases are like that. No obi. This release never came with an obi, which is kind of unusual, but yeah. Okay. We got the must smell. I love that smell. Ooh, so musty. Got the nice little printed inner sleeve that I don't use, and I don't think anyone even uses these. I mean, like, I've never had a record from Japan come with the record inside of this. It's almost like, I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, I like it has the track names and really slick sort of art. I like the just pictures of her feet, kind of with those baggy pants and the long shirt. Definitely pretty fashion forward, I guess. I think it's pretty, still looks pretty slick by modern standards, that's what I'll say. And here we have a lyric sheet with some pictures. Looks like, yeah, so we got stretchy Junko and pictures of her just in general. And like a picture of a couple in bed, I think. I don't even know. And lyrics. So there you have Imagination, Cheater, Communication, 1984, Miss DJ, Kashmir no Hohoemi, Kashmir Smile, Johannesburg, Donna Shudan tsukatte mo. I'm sorry if you're fluent in Japanese. I wasn't sure exactly how to say that, but I think it's something like Donna Shudan tsukatte mo. Believing, reaching out, and reaching out. There you go. Pretty good. There are some good songs on here. Let's look at this. Ooh. What? Oh. Ah. Again. That could have been disaster. It was like this. It was in here like this the whole time. If I had just tilted it, it'd be like, whap, and it'd fall out. Oh, stop doing this, guys. That's not the way to do it. These are so slippery. But anyway, let's take it out. And I can say that this record looks pretty spotless. So let's put this back in. It's definitely not as like, I don't know the word to describe it. Comparing it like saying like Katsuri Mashita with like all the live instrumentation. This is pretty electronic sounding. So a lot of drum machines, a lot of synths. Definitely very 80s technology stuff. I think this was produced by her American husband. So some people say it has a very strong American influence, and I kind of see that, but at the same time, you have your typical faces you'll often see on things like drums, and like Kokito is on bass. He often played for Katsuri Mashita. So these are familiar faces. That's a nice gatefold, look at that. There's a little bit of staining in there, but I've seen worse. I saw another copy for sale that I was like considering purchasing. Basically the entire spine was just yellow and it looks so gross. And it's still sold. Yeah. Stereo Moon, made in Japan. Junko. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Yeah. This is one I've wanted for a while. It's kind of one of those classic city pop albums that you kind of gotta know if you want to be a city pop fan. Otherwise, you'll get bullied. No, I'm just kidding. I actually haven't listened to it until somewhat recently, just being completely honest. It took me a while to get around to it because I like Katsuri Mashita and stuff so much. But then I finally did listen to it and I was like, wow, it's pretty good. Her other albums, I wouldn't say are as good. And I think all of them are pretty easy to get cheap except for the one that had Tasogari no Full Moon, because that's just, you know, big YouTube song that went viral, same way like Plastic Love. But yeah, if you're there's a lot of copies floating around on Bai. I had no problem finding a large amount.
Some of them still have the original sticker, but this one didn't. And I mean, they're on Discogs, but their like average price is like $75. This is one of the records you can get pretty decent amount cheaper on Buy. So I recommend if you're into this and you want to find a copy, maybe look and buy. Look on Yahoo Auctions, search up Junko Yagami communication, maybe find the kanji to write her name. In Japanese, will give you more hits. But yeah, thanks for watching. This is the one I've wanted for a while. It's definitely a cool piece, and I'm pretty happy to own it. Bye.